Godzilla vs. Kong was released in 2021 and was directed by Adam Wingard. It tells the big story of how Godzilla and Kong have to fight each other.
When Godzilla vs. Kong came out, I actually was quite curious to see it for myself. A few people had told me about it. I was told by someone that there isn't really much of a story. It's mostly what you're watching is just action. So it got a little, curious. I've seen the 2014 Godzilla film. And I remember when it came out, I was around 10 years old. I thought the poster for it made it look like a horror film. I mean, just the red colour scheme of it really gives me that horror vibe, if you get me. I haven't seen the sequel that came out 2 years ago in 2019, and I haven't seen Kong Skull Island. I just couldn't get around to watching them before watching Godzilla vs. Kong. So, after watching Godzilla vs. Kong, I by no means think it's bad. I just couldn't really get into it. The storyline was boring for me. It was just, I couldn't get into it. I found the story very, very slow and very, very dragged out. And I think, I couldn't get into the story. I wasn't invested. I found the story to be very, very bland. It's not a bad story by any means. I just found it very, very hard to follow. And again, I know I should have watched the other two films, and I probably should when I get the chance, but looking at it on its own, I just found the story boring. The first act especially bored the crap out of me. It was so boring, the first act. I admit the middle was definitely the best part, and the third act wasn't too bad, and I will give credit, the action is pretty good. We'll get to the action in a moment. But I just found the story just so all over the place. It dragged. And as for the action scenes, there's only 3 of them throughout the entire movie, so there wasn't a lot of action in the movie if you ask me. Again, not terrible. I just found it so slow. Now, credit where credit is due, I do have a few merit with the film. The action scenes, while not my type of action, the CGI, special effects, and cinematography are phenomenal. I can't deny that. The visuals, the action, the colour scheme, the detail, the CGI, everything, like the technical stuff, the special effects, is just amazing. I have to give credit there. The visuals, cinematography, everything is mind-blowing. It's a really damn cool movie to look at, even if I found the story very, slow. But I can't deny, visually, the movie is amazing to look at. The characters are a very mixed bag. The humans I found to be very, very, very bland and just forgettable. The stuff between Godzilla and Kong, I actually think is very, very interesting, and how it's directed. I have to give credit. That's actually some interesting visual storytelling, I feel. I feel they could have done more with it, but I thought that aspect was unique, it was interesting, and the music it's okay. So I didn't hate this film, but I just didn't really like it either.
Overall, Godzilla vs. Kong isn't a bad film by any means. I definitely believe it's very well made and technically a good film, but personally, I just couldn't get into it. I'm going to give Godzilla vs. Kong a 6 out of 10.
So yeah, it's not bad. I will try to watch the other 2 movies as soon as I can, but as for now, this one is just meh to me. Stay tuned for my next review. My next review is going to be on a film that I watched with my family when I was around 7 years old. The Karate Kid remake from 2010. I am very, very intrigued to watch the movie. It's on Netflix, and I saw it when I was scrolling on Netflix, and I actually am pretty intrigued to rewatch it for myself. Stay tuned for that review. Until then, guys, skadoosh everyone, and take care.